Tampa is the only metro area in the entire USA with double-digit inflation.
Yeah, that's right. And if you've actually been to the store recently, you've probably most likely seen this firsthand. ABC Action News reporter Jada Williams is talking with residents in our community about how they're adapting just to make ends meet.
Inflation done got me pretty good.
Not even working 2 full-time jobs. It's pretty hard out here, even grocery-wise and all that. It's just clothes, everything.
Anna DeShomes and Melissa Santiago are feeling the pinch many of us are feeling. Economists say the sweet spot for inflation is between 2.5% and 4%. July's inflation rate in the Tampa metro area sits at 11.2%, the only metro area in the country to still see double-digit increases.
Yesterday I put $10 in the tank. I remember it used to take $20 to fill the gas tank. $10 didn't even move the needle.
DeShomes isn't imagining that either. The Bureau of Labor Statistics found fuel prices are up 42.7% compared to July 2021.
We're in a scenario right now that nobody in this region, nobody in the country has had to deal with since the early 1980s.
Florida Economic Advisors founder Chris Jones says we're in a stagflationary period, meaning we're going to continue to see the price of just about everything go up.
It reduces individual standards of living. When you've got to spend more for housing, when you've got to spend more for gasoline, when you've got to spend more for food, it means your dollar doesn't go as far.
But one thing people aren't seeing rise enough, wages.
It went up with everything else, so it's kind of like nothing really changed. Like as soon as we got a raise, so that gas went up, groceries went up, so I'm like, okay, it's like I'm still making the same amount, nothing really changed.
Jones says that's one of the 2 reasons Tampa Bay continues to see inflation rise.
Where we've seen the most dramatic increase over the last couple of years is in these housing prices, whether they be for sale, whether they be rental prices, but wages in this particular market are not keeping pace.
Housing costs increased 13.6%. Rentals increased 14.9%. Both women say they rely on their parents for help, even with housing. But for others, groups like CHISPA Florida are stepping in, holding food and clothing drives.
We're working to empower our communities, the communities that we work in, and letting them know that there are resources available so that they can sort of go through their day-to-day without feeling the hurt as much as everyone else is feeling right now.
GETULIO Gonzalez MULATTIERI says he supports the Inflation Reduction Act in Congress, hoping it'll provide relief.
The best aspect of it would come from the climate provisions because of the jobs that it would create.
But Jones says it could do more harm than good.
Sometimes the best thing government can do is just leave the economy alone and leave it to its own devices and allow it to self-correct.
Jones says inflation will return to normal, but it'll take at least a year. That'll happen when demand for goods drops naturally. In Tampa, Jada Williams, ABC Action News.